recover this. Amjot does. 2 on the shot clock. Skip pass. Grigawanchi will have to fire. He doesn't. And it'll be a Korea ball. And one thing about Kim Tae-sul, we saw him hit the 3-point basket and then that tough pull-up in transition. And he made the defenders respect his shot. Now they're jumping at the shot. It's opening up passing lanes and he is firing darts through them at every opportunity.
Here's Cho Sung-min, still firing from outside.
Well, if I'd hit 4 in the first quarter, I'd keep firing as well.
I thought Korea did a good job of closing out on those outside shooters. And Korea didn't bother actually to switch on the ball screen to get the shooters of Korea open, but they stuck to their man.
Again, Korea double team Amritpal after he scored 6 early points as Parry steps inside, and he's up to 7 points. He brings India back within 7.
If you're coach Kim Dong-hwan of Korea, you're wondering, you know, the level of consistency has rather been inconsistent. In that last offensive set of India, we didn't see the level of intensity on the part of Korea. To be able to step it up and play both ends as tough.
Big rebound there from Aromagam. And they go back into Amritpal. They like this matchup, and that's why. What about the fall-away jump shot from the big fella?
He's got some nice moves. He has a nice touch. You know, there's all this talk about Satnam Brahma, the first Indian to be drafted in the NBA. He's not in this lineup, but Amritpal is making a lot of Indian fans, I'm sure, kind of like forget Satnam for the moment. He's doing his bit here at the center position for India.
Lee Jong-hyun with 2 of the easiest points we'll see here today. Takes Korea to 36 as Parry looking aggressive after hitting a couple of shots. Grigawanchi, he always looks aggressive. This time he defers to Amjot from range, and Amjot connects on the 3-pointer. He keeps the scoreboard ticking over for India. Amjot now up to 9 points.
You know, that's wonderful wrist action in the part of Amjot when he releases that outside shot. There's very little leg action on that jumper.
There's Lee from long range. Rebound by Grigawanchi. He's such a versatile guard. We talked about in the Asian Cup last year. He almost had a triple-double against China. 10 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. And that time he nearly lost the ball out of bounds. The long arms of Choy. And I love that defensive matchup. Was on a switch that time. But we've seen the Philippines so often in this tournament use the long arms of Gabe Norwood against point guards to give them trouble.
That length of Gabe Norwood. Exactly the advantage here of Choy, also because of his length.
And that's an area he can develop defensively in his game. As here he picks up the steal. Cho on the drive, finds Kim. Nice up fake. Kim is just on an assist drive tonight, and Cho obliges with 2 points. Kim Tae-sul up to 8 assists as at the other end, Amjot jams it down. It's end-to-end action, and it's Korea 38 to India 32.
And this is what we were talking about. Korea's inconsistency, tendency to open up defensively, opportunities here for India to score unmolested baskets. And they started out the second quarter, I thought, in a nice way. They were pressing. Now all of a sudden you don't see them pressing as much.
You see the foul there on Parry. That's his first. He's got 7 points. It's been a good start. His opposite number though, Kim Tae-sul with 5 points and 8 assists so far. Cho's been the danger man for Korea. He's got 16 points already. Kim inside, another sweet feed. It bobbles around, Kong Sung-ji picks it up and puts it in, and Korea up to 40.
Well, Korea opened this game with 2 bigs. Kim Jong-hyun playing with Kim Jong-kyu. Now it's just 1 big, so Korea playing with a smaller lineup on the floor because they're looking to press and they're looking to run a lot more than in the first period.
Kang Song-jae up to 8 points for Korea. Here's Amjot. He and Amritpal have both looked dangerous. This time they work together in the pick and roll. The connection wasn't there. Korea away again. There's Kong. He goes inside. He's into double figures. So is the lead. It's Korea by 10. And India take time out here in Changsha as Korea are starting to get their running game going.
Exactly. They're playing with a small lineup. And you know when they're using a small lineup instead of their 2 bigs that started this game, they want to run, they want to pressure, and they're getting the job done.
We have seen some plays at the other end where Korea have opened the back door. You know, they've got 3, 4, 5 players running the fast break, and perhaps just not having that focus to defense. And it's such a key to the Korean game where they need to be able to run the ball, but also be able to defend when they turn the ball over, as we see that long 3-point shot from Amjot. And this time the long pass to Amjot to tuck it in.
Well, previously we saw a two-man game there between the Singhs. Amritpal giving the ball screen for Amjot and then trying to work the pick and roll. I would want Brigovanci bringing up the ball, using the ball screen from Amjot, and then that two-man game with Amritpal as a third option off that ball screen with Amritpal going to the low post, rather than just go the two Singhs together. Limit the options because they don't have that kind of mobility to go strong towards the hole on the roll. Now let's see whether it's going to be an adjustment in the offensive set here for India.
Well, I think we see Amritpal there. Brigovanci is a man who can use that ball screen with either Amjot or Amritpal, with the other one of the Singhs on the other side of the floor, ready to cut to space if their defender goes to help on the roll-up. And the other man who I think they could try a little bit is Parry. You know, he's been very effective at that mid-range jump shot. If the big man doesn't step up to help, he can hit that jumper. There's Brigovanci, he can hit that, but this one's short.
That's a tough shot because he really had to create a situation there.
Here's Choy looking to create a situation. He dished it off, he drew the foul. There'll be a sideline ball for Korea. That's the 4th team foul on India in this quarter. And we've still got 4:38 to run until halftime.
And Choy, such a quick player for a man his size. We were talking about the small lineup on the floor here for Korea. He actually is listed as a small player because he is so quick.
Kang Song-ji with another 2-point basket. He is up to 12 points and having his own coming out party. He's only averaged 4 points per game so far in the tournament.
Yeah, what you like about Korea is that they're not forcing the issue from 3-point distance. They've had great success so far with that long ball, but they're not forcing it. If the medium range shot is open, they're taking it now with a lot of confidence.
Good disruptive defense here from Korea. Amjot has it batted away. Arumugam will fire for 3. They'll get another opportunity here thanks to the offensive rebound. Some good hustle there from Parry. An ambitious pass from Shinde. And now Korea with a chance in the open floor.
And there's a transition D for India. Taking care of business defensively. But Choy, what a leisurely 3-point shot. And we were just saying that they weren't forcing the issue from the 3-point range. But if India's defense is giving that shot away, Korea's not going to hesitate to pull the trigger.
Some of the intensity has really gone out of the Indian defense as we see an ambitious pass inside from Shinde. The 2nd possession in a row where he's tried to make too much out of a pass.
And that's why he's going to be sitting on the bench. Coach Prakash telling Shinde,
having a
kid,
chat.
you have to think things over here.
Cho gets a rest, a well-earned rest for Cho Sung-min. 16 points in 16 minutes. Here's Amjot, he fires from long range. Choy recovers it. Look at him in transition. Every time he gets the ball, he thinks it's a scoring opportunity. Over the head pass. Just a little bit too much showtime there from Choy. The referee says it was deflected. And I talk about the intensity going out of the game. We're starting to see some mistakes that neither of these teams made in the opening 7 games of the tournament.
And if you compare the way both these teams have run their offense, you see a lot of touches in the way Korea plays, a lot of assists.
Here comes another one. Kim down.
Almost. That would have been a nice play.
Just perfect timing on the pass from Kim Tae-sul. And he's a 31-year-old, but he was in the reserve position behind Yang Dong-wen. But as the tournament's gone on, he's got more and more minutes and looked like a very capable point guard at this level.
And for a while, Dong Yang was leading this team in points, in rebounding, and assists. And, you know, we were wondering, why is that possible? Because for someone who stands 181 centimeters leading this team in rebounds, you know, you get to wonder. And then you look at the stats and you see Korea dead last in rebounding, and then you know why.
Yeah. Some hustle inside. Oh, look at the tip opportunity there from Kim. He goes twice, he goes 3 times. And finally, Kim Jong-kyu gets the tip in to go. He extends the margin to 17.
A couple of offensive rebounds there for Korea, so they're really jacking up the total in rebounds.
Inside now to Amritpal. Korea hammering the boards, particularly at the offensive end. Here's a Rumagum to the basket. He can't get that to go. Kim recovers yet another possession. He's been a dynamo so far here today. And look at the pass from Choy inside. Kim finishes. That's Kim Jong-kyu, and he'll go to the line for a bonus free throw. And Korea, as we see that no-look pass from Choy, they are now up to 16 assists for the game. We've still got 2:29 to play until halftime.
And Paul, you're seeing the future of Korea on the floor. And Choy passing it off to Kim. And then the three-point play connection.
Now we talked about the age of their front court, of course. Choy just 21 years of age, Kim Jong-kyu 24, Lee Jong-hyun 21, and Lee Seung-hyun 23. There's a lot of tournaments left in front of those players. There's another turnover to India. It is certainly becoming a problem for them. Choy tries to thread the eye through the needle. It got caught.
Well, the big problem with India in terms of their offensive movement is that they're not screening for each other. Players are going one-on-one, and Korea, up to the task, they're standing their ground, and they're getting turnovers, and they're forcing India into bad shots because there is no ball movement. You don't see any ball screens.
Korea called timeout. They lead at 52-32. Cho has 16 points. Kang with 12, Lee with 9, Kim Tae-sul with 5 himself to go with his 8 assists. It's been an enterprising performance. Of course, the winner of this game goes into the playoff for 5th and 6th place. And look at that passing. There's 1, 2, 3 quick passes time and time again from Korea. That time, Choy showing us he's not just a transition player. He could bury the long three-pointer. And this man, Kang Sung-ji, he's been burying him from everywhere so far.
Well, they're running a clinic right now. And for India, this is a team that's averaging 15.7 turnovers a game in this tournament. I'm curious to find out how many turnovers they have right now.
They've got 8 so far, 5 for Korea.
So 8 turnovers against India, and we're not done with the first half. This is a team that also is struggling from 2-point field goal percentage. They're shooting only 42.7, and that's number 11 in this tournament. And their shooting percentage share has not been very good at all.
Well, if Korea were looking for fast break practice here today, India have been most obliging, particularly in the second quarter. Repeated turnovers opening up the open court as we see Moon from long range, and he buries it. In fact, that was Lee Jong-hyun, the 28-year-old, just catching and shooting with confidence. And everyone in the Korean shirt is feeling pretty good about themselves today.
You know, they're getting the opening. And if the defense allows you that kind of space to get your outside shot going, Korea is a team that can capitalize and take advantage.
Amjot capitalizes on some space there with a three-pointer. He moves up to 14 points. He's been the standout for India. They trailed by 20. We've got just over 90 seconds until halftime. Here's Choy to the, oh, what a fake pass there from Choy. It was too good for his teammate, who was sure, just as I was, that he was going to shoot the pull-up jump shot then.
And what about the confidence of Coach Kim Dong-hwan on Choy? They're making him run the offense.
He looks very at home in that situation.
You know, I'm reminded in the NBA of some of the great point forwards in the game, and Scottie Pippen, I think, would be one of those point forwards. Paul Pressey.
Absolutely, Amjot misses from long range. Now there's Lee in the open court. Will he fire again? He does. He's feeling good. This one just a little long, and Amjot comes up with the board. We talk about the numbers of Choy. 5 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists in 18 minutes here in the first half. It's been a special display from the young man. Here's strong drive along the basket from Kaushik. He can't find an opening. Dishes it back out. Long shot from Apar. It's just a little long as the shot clock expires. Now Korea again just looking to explore inside. Easy basket from Kang. He just takes himself up to 14 points, and Korea take themselves to a 22-point lead.
First half just about to end here. But India looking to execute one last play to get a score.
That was the 17th assist for the half for Korea. Clock now, shot clock down at 5. Spin from a Rumagum. Nice move. He finishes it off. But the referee says, sorry, you took an extra step in there. And Korea will get 9 seconds to cap off what has been a spectacular first half.
Ref Ling Peng of China on top of that situation. And Ling Peng is one of 2 lady referees in our pool of 28 arbiters assigned by FIBA to work the FIBA Asia Championships. You know, she worked the 2012 London Olympics women's basketball final against or between US and France. So she's well credentialed, referee Ling Peng of China.
Certainly is. Has performed strongly in this tournament. As we see Moon Tae-young on the bench. We haven't seen him so far. Choy has got the minutes in front of him. Oh, what a tip jam off the free throw. Oh my goodness, Kim Jong-kyu flying in before half-time. What a way to finish the first half. We see Kim Jong-kyu there. I think the first time this tournament we've seen a slam jam off a missed free throw. He caps an outstanding half for Korea. After 20 minutes, they lead 59-35.
Well, offensive rebounding has been on the ball for South Korea in this game, and that last play was an offensive rebound, and the putback scored by Korea to end the half. They were mauled off the offensive boards by Iran in the previous game, but they're certainly making up for it. It's redemption time here for Korea against India.
Korea putting on a show. A look at the shooting statistics. 17 of 23 from 2-point range, 7 of 13 from 3-point range.
And the rebounding story, Korea plus 14 in that department, and you saw the assists. And India lapsing into 9 turnovers, and those 7 steals of Korea. We talked about a key to victory right at the top of our coverage. Pressure and run. It's exactly what we're seeing here.
Well, Amjot Singh has bounced back from his poor night against China. He's got 14 points in the half. And Rip Sim has 9 himself and Parry with 7. But what about Cho Sung-min? 16 points. He's been deadly from 3-point range. And we see there the rebound leaders. Choy with 7. And we talked about his statistics in the first half. 5 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists.
You know, we've always said that for Korea to be competitive off the boards, they've got to gang rebound as a team. And we're seeing a lot of good spread statistics there on the rebounding end. A lot of Korean players getting involved in crashing the boards, contributing to that effort and giving Korea second chance opportunities.
And there's that beautiful wrist action you talk about from Amjot Singh. And Amritpal Singh was very impressive early on. There was an easy jam as India went blow for blow with Korea for the first quarter. The Korean coach was not happy, but then things started to go wrong, and the fast break was where Kim Tae-soo was at his best, and so was Lee. We see Lee Jong-hyun climbing all over his opponent for the big jam. And how about this finish from Kim on a missed free throw? I think that summed up the half for India as much as it did for Korea. There's 20 minutes gone. Korea lead by 24. Join us back here for the second half in about 10 minutes.
为了方面，2015国际篮联亚洲篮球锦标赛要感谢以下合作伙伴的鼎力支持，他们是 Ladies and gentlemen, 2016 FIBA Asia Championship is brought to you by the following marketing partners: 东风悦达起亚 ，TYK 技亚，奥拓电子，Auto LED Technology， 百岁山 Vincent， 英特体育 Intersport， 日本航空公司 Japan Airlines， 国腾 Motion， 底特体育 Sport， 天松 Pizza， 湖南粮食集团有限公司，湖南 Green Group， 吉祥人寿保险股份有限公司，吉祥 Life Insurance Company， 无控地产湖南开发有限公司 ，Relentless Property 湖南 Development， 大连华尔祥生物科技发展有限公司，大连华尔祥 Biotechnology Development， 中科时代电动汽车股份有限公司。湖南 CRRC Light Electric Vehicle， 湖南省建筑工程集团总公司，湖南 Construction Group， 湖南五环体育实业发展集团有限公司，湖南 FIBA Sports Industrial Development Group， 华润雪花啤酒有限公司 ，China Resources Snow Brewers。同时，我们还要向以下单位表示感谢，他们是 ，and also we thank all the following official partners。国际篮球联合会 FIBA， 中国篮球协会 Chinese Basketball Association， 湖南省人民政府 People's Municipal Government of 湖南 Province， 湖南省体育局，湖南 Sports Bureau， 湖南体育产业集团有限公司，湖南 Sports Industry Group， 体坛传媒集团股份有限公司，体坛 Media Group， 长沙民政职业技术学院，长沙 Social Work College。中南林业科技大学 Central South University of Forestry and Technology。我们还要向关注2015国际篮联亚洲篮球锦标赛的各家媒体表示感谢。And thank you very much all the media。
Ready for action here in the second half in Changsha. It's Korea leading it by 24. I'm Paulo Kennedy. I'm joined by Quinito Henson. And if you look at the starters, the starting fives, Korea's starting five winning that battle 42-35. So it's been quite even, but a very different story on the bench, Quinito.
You look at the bench stats so far in this game, Korea generating 17 points from the bench. And India, 0. And you go back to that India loss to Japan 83-65 in the first round of eliminations when not a single reserve player from the Indian bench got on the boards.
It's been the difference between the two teams here so far today. So we see some more slick passing. Moon Tae-young into the ball game. And he buries a long two-pointer. He extends the margin to 26 as the Koreans continue on their merry way.
Well, first appearance here for Moon Tae-young. At 16 points against Kazakhstan. Last time out, 10 points against Iran. So back-to-back double-figure points for Moon, rather.
Namjot Singh continues to fire. He's up to 17 points in just 20 minutes of play. An excellent start from him in the second half. As we see Kong Sung-ji. He had a great first half. He can't get that one to stick. Ambitious pass inside. It's retrieved by Amjot. Now it's India looking to kick the ball around as Arumugam fires from mid-range and he misses. There's Kung again with the rebound. Now Kim Tae-sul has 8 assists to his name. This time he pulls up and he buries the mid-ranger.
Kim Tae-sul, he's also one of the veterans of this team. He's 31 years old, being given a chance to play with Young, not able to play at all in this one.
Shinde feeds it inside to Gill. He'll draw the foul, go to the free throw line, and this is an exciting young man, Govinda Gill, just 19 years of age. And last year he played at the Asian Under-18 Championships, averaged 17 points, 9 rebounds and 2 blocked shots per game. So there's obviously a lot of raw talent inside this long athletic body. And now he gets the chance for a pair of free throws, and after I pumped him up royally, he clangs that one off the back rim.
See the bench here of India. And we talked about the rebuilding process that Korea is undergoing. Got 6 players who are 24 years and under on the Korean lineup. What about this lineup of India? They've got 9 players who are 24 and under. 2 of them are 19 years of age.
And in that group, you talk about Vishesh Brigawanshi, you talk about Amritpal Singh, Amjot Singh. You know, some of their best talent, of course, Satnam Bahrami, the big centre who's been drafted to the NBA as well. He's under 24 years of age, so a lot of promise as we see a turnover forced there by Shinde in the backcourt. And if you look at the lineup here, just 1 starter in the ball game for India, and that's Amjot Singh, and the rest benchmen who haven't seen a lot of minutes in this tournament. So nice pass inside there from Apar. And with passes like that, why hasn't he been on the court?
But it's good to see Gil on the boards. He's being given some playing time here. We've always said how important it is for any team to have balance in their both offense and defense. You need to be able to get the starters surrounded by good reserves.
There's a Rumagum with the rebound, and I like the look of him. He's a big, strong unit. A nice pass inside, but it's cut out there, trying to find Gil underneath. And now Kim Tai-sul in the open court. Feeds it out to the corner. Long 3-point shot from Lee Jung-hyun. And yet another assist for Kim Tai-sul.
And another 3-point shot.
And there's a steal for Kim as well. Can he get into double figures with assists? No. He decides to add to his points tally, and he's up to 9 points, 9 assists in 20 minutes of action. What a show.
Right off the bat, we expected a shootout. And it's target practice here for Korea. That defense of India. First in the first period with the zone defense, giving up a lot of opportunities.
Apar just pulling up again off the ball screen. Last time he moseyed his way off it, he found the pass inside to Gil. That time just pulling up and banging the long range too, as Moon can't get that one to go. So Prakash Apar showing some real talent for India at the point guard position. He's 24 years of age. This time he feeds to Gil. He goes inside and he's fouled. So great to see these players who have been starved of opportunities this tournament really showing some good individual skills. We see the foul there on Moon.
But you also notice, Paul, that there's very little chemistry being shown by these young players. Obviously, they're really not used to playing with each other. So you see Gil, for instance, attacking the basket, going one-on-one, not any help from any of his teammates. A lot of individual skills now being shown here on the floor. But you don't want to see that in an international competition. You want the movement, you want the passing, you want the screens, you want the multiple touches in the half-court set.
If you look at the numbers, Apar just 42 minutes in the tournament, Gil just 20 minutes in the entire tournament. And perhaps if Coach Prakash looks back, maybe he could have given them some better opportunities earlier in games, and particularly when games were over, as Gil is away in the half-court. We said he's a talent. I think there's a little bit of work to do on the ball handling just yet, but he certainly has potential to become a player like Amjot Singh, a very similar athletic build.
Well, someone who's 200 centimeters tall, you don't want him to really bringing up the ball up court. You want him establishing his position is inside.
But that man, Amjot Singh, he can do it all, and I'm sure Govinda Gill is looking up to him as one of his role models, as we see a foul on the fast break. It'll be a side ball to Korea. They lead it by 24. And that foul called on Amjot Singh. That's his first. We see there that there was about to be a big slam dunk thrown down by Lee. We've got 6:22 to play until three-quarter time. It's been a show from Korea. They have only missed the top 4 of this championship twice in its history, as Moon fires and hits. And that includes this tournament. This was only the second time in their history that they have lost at the quarterfinal stage, and they're pretty determined not to fall any further than 5th in this tournament, because Korea takes a lot of pride in their basketball. Here they've got chances to add some more points. Nice feed from Kim. He finds Moon. It's assist number 10, and it's point number 72 for Korea.
And the way Korea is playing so efficiently, I'm not sure if we're going to see Cho Soo-min back on the floor. Some of the other veterans.
There's Shinde from long range. He misses, as we see the bench points up to 26-6 on the drive. It's missed there by Lee. Now India can come back the other way. Let's see what a par can do on this ball screen situation. In fact, he defers this time. I want to see him back in that situation. He's looked very natural as Amjot fires from long range. Here's Kim, alley-oop pass. And for once this evening, the pass from Kim Tai-sul was off the mark, and here comes Shinde with a nice left-hand pass, and a par dishes it off, and Arumugam flies in and finishes it to the right hand. India giving a little bit of the medicine back to Korea.
Good to see India doing the ball movement and getting the extra pass. And the score to finish.
Moon, he is making up for lost time. He sat on the bench in the first half as Choy dominated at the small forward position, but now Moon already up to 8 points here in the third quarter.
Well, he's showing that he deserves his spot here in the national team. That spot was taken actually by his older brother, Kim Tae-jung, for many years. Now an opportunity for him.
Moon dishes it off to Lee Jung-hyun. He lays it up with the greatest of ease. Extends the margin to 30, and India take time out. Korea continuing to punish India for any mistakes they make with the ball. And how about that left-handed pass and then the extra feed?
A pretty play there by India. One of the rare opportunities for India to get ball movement and the nice assist pass for the high percentage shot. But then coming right back, Korea.
Korea putting on a show, and there's plenty of national teams around the world who put on a great show at FIBA events coming near you. .429 left to play until three-quarter time. Korea lead it by 30. They are led by Cho Sung-min with 16 points, Kang Sung-ji with 14, Kim Tae-sul with 9 points and 10 assists already.
Well, it's been a show of force here for Korea. And earlier we talked about the rich basketball tradition in FIBA Asian Championships. They've actually won twice. They've won 2 FIBA Asia titles back in 1969 and 1997.
They've won 3 of the last 4 bronze medals in this tournament.
But with this kind of lineup that Korea has, future's looking good here for Korea.
Certainly their front court future. Plenty of young bigs in this tournament. A par to the left again. That shot looked good. It was just off the mark. And a big rebound pulled in by Lee. Now to his namesake, Lee Jong-hyun. Feeds it off to Kim. Now back to Lee. In fact, this is Kim Tae-sul. What a pass inside to Kim. A big swat there from Amjot Singh. He's called for the foul. And how about that left-hand feed? Look at that through the gap. There was hardly any daylight there. And what about the block from Amjot? That was clean, my friend.
Well, pick and roll situation that time. Amjot Singh called for the personal. But in that occasion, you see Korea working the ball in the hands of the roller on the big guy. So they're not just looking for the outside shot, they're looking to get their bigs involved.
And Kim Tae-sul is treating this like an all-star game. He is looking to make showtime passes every opportunity he can.
Well, I think it's his moment. The stage is all set for him to do what he can. Young not able to play.
9 points for Kim Jong-kyu, 9 points and 11 assists for Kim Tae-sul. We'll keep that count going as Amjot flies into the basket and draws the foul. And he's certainly not interested in going out of this tournament on a personal downer. Amjot Singh now up to 17 points, 3 boards, and the chance to add 2 more here from the free throw line.
Shots haven't come easy here for India. I mean, it's tough if you have to work for your own shots, just like Amjot did in going 1-on-1 on that move to find himself at the line.
He's 7 of 14 from the field. Like you said, despite having to create his own looks. 4 of 7 from inside, 3 of 7 from outside, and a man who stands 203 centimeters. He has got some versatile skills. So does this man, Kim. Goes to the pull-up, it misses, but Lee, what an offensive rebound from Lee Jong-hyun.
At that time, India going back to its 2-3 zone defense, but failing to close the gap. opening up another opportunity for an offensive rebound for Korea.
Second offensive board for Lee Jong-hyun. He has 11 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals. He's enjoying this party that Korea are putting on as Kaushik drives. Dishes out to a par, returns the favour to Kaushik. His long bomb is off the mark. Here's Kim breezing in transition and finding Moon. The easiest assist of the night for Kim Tae-sul up to number 12. And Moon into double figures with 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting. We see a par again in his battle with Kim Tae-sul. I've enjoyed that little tussle here in the third quarter. Now inside to Govinda Gill, he squares up and fires. Can he get the roll? He can't. Kim Jong-hyun picks up the rebound. A little bit of involvement from the crowd here, who have rolled in to see these classification games on a Friday afternoon. Kim again off the ball screen. This time he finds Lee. The jumper is long. Margin at 34. A par to the top of the basket. Kaushik to Kumar, who's checked in for his first minutes of the game. Amjot punts that one out of bounds. He looks at his hand and says, "Don't drop it onto my foot again, please."
Well, in this situation for India, Amjot is really looking to score every opportunity he has the ball. I don't think he really trusts his teammates on the floor. Who do I pass to who can put up some points? Brigovanci is no longer playing. Amrit Pal is sitting on the bench.
Nice move inside, and he draws the foul. And Lee Jong-hyun has been on a mission tonight. He may have been a little disappointed with his performance against Iran in the quarterfinal. He had 6 points, but he shot 3 of 8. He only had 2 rebounds for the entire night. He's here to take 2 free throws.
2 free throws here for Lee, but he's a block shot artist, and he's someone who averaged over 3 block shots at the FIBA World Cup in Spain last year.
He misses the second. Offensive rebound inside by Kim. He puts in the 2 points.
Well, this is relentless. This attack from Korea, again playing with the 2 bigs on the floor to anchor that 2-3 zone defense.
There we get the
Actually,
steal.
more like a 2-1-2.
Lee Jong-hyun feeds it off to Kim Tae-sul, and he lays it up with the left hand with the greatest of ease. The margin is out to 39 points. We're in the shadows of three-quarter time. And here we see the feed from Lee to Kim. It was a walk in the park as he moves to a double-double. Kim Tae-sul with 11 points and 12 assists. Same for his teammate Kim Jong-kyu, who has 11 points and 10 boards, including 5 offensive rebounds. And after a challenge from India early, it's been all too easy. The strongest resistance coming from Amjot Singh with 19 points. He's got 3 boards as well.
Well, as he said, it's been a clinic here being run by Korea on both ends of the floor. Their pressure defense has been there, and if it isn't, they go to that 2-3 zone defense, and they're generating turnovers just as easily.
I think if you talk about Indian basketball, in terms of the Asian competition, you see there some long athletic athletes. I think that they need to take a really strong defensive approach and make that aggressive defense their trademark. Use their length, use their versatility and the number of guys they have who can rebound the basketball, all the way down to Brigawanchi at the point guard position. I think they need to have a greater focus there and try and generate more easy scores from their defense, rather than perhaps playing some of the passive defense we've seen at times in this tournament. Of course, to do that you need depth, but that's what a lot of these young players are out on the court for now to develop, as Kaushik drives along the baseline and is blocked. Now Kim masterminding the offense again for Korea. Here's Lee Jong-hyun. Inside to Moon. He's scored 10 points in this quarter. He's got 12 points in this quarter. And how about that nifty left-hand move from the low post?
He makes it look so easy off the post. Again, going with a 2-3 zone defense.
This is where I'd love to see Amjot into that high post where he's dangerous. And nice pull-up inside from Kumar. He hasn't played a lot in this tournament, but only 8 minutes. And in that time, he committed 3 turnovers. But that time, he shows he's got some nice skills as well.
you know, there's no doubt that a lot of these players on the Indian roster have skills. Take a look at Amjot. He's going to be able to score here.
Draws a foul.
Oh,
no, he doesn't. He's traveled.
Traveling violation. Intimidated by the defense there.
And that looks like a tired Amjot.
Yeah, he
to
does.
Me.
He
Earlier
does look
in
tired.
the tournament, he would have skied over that defender, dropped it over the top of the hole graciously, as he did so often with that finger roll move. But he's carried such an enormous burden. And how about the hustle there on the floor? Great stuff from Shinde. And he forces a turnover. So the Indian reserves giving a bit of energy to their team. Almost turn it straight back over. In fact, they do. That's three-quarter time here in Changsha. It's been a Korean clinic. They led it by 24 at halftime. They've extended that margin out to 39 at three-quarter time. Despite some of the best efforts of the Indian reserves. It's 89 Korea, 50 to China. To India, I should say.
Well, Amjot Singh, you called it right, Paul. Fagged out there in the third period. You take a look at some game statistics there. Three-point shooting has been there for Korea, and the rebounding discrepancy, such a wide margin. 25 assists for Korea. You have to be impressed by the ball movement and the multiple touches in a half-court set. Turnovers, hurting India with 17, and that's already over their average. 15.7 is their average number of turnovers a game. They're up to 17, and we still have 1 quarter to go. That's the relentless pressure on the defensive end by Korea.
You see Moon firing. Korea been putting on a clinic. Of course, I said Korea-China, the tournament here in Changsha in China. And there's plenty to smile about today for Korean fans. It wasn't a great day yesterday. They lost a quarterfinal in this tournament for just the second time in their history. And there's Govinda Gill on the beautiful feed from Apar. And yeah, that was impressive, coach. He said, give me some more minutes. That's what I can do. But how about this man with his passing? Some gorgeous passing on both sides of his body from Kim Tae-sul. And there, some extra passing. Ends in the easy basket from Arumagum as he flew in with the right-handed finish. And here was perhaps the easiest finish of the night as Kim Tae-sul racked up his double-double with points and assists to go with 3 steals. And Moon, it was a full Moon party that quarter. He had a dozen points by himself. He did it on perfect shooting. In fact, he missed 1 shot. He was 6 of 7, all of them from the 2-point line. As we see some of the players from Lebanon watching on. They'll take on Qatar in the game after this one.
That should be very exciting. A rematch of a game that went into double overtime in the eliminations. Well, back in the third period, finally, India's reserves showing up with 10 bench points. They had none at all in the first half.
Well, that's what happens when you get put on the court. You get an opportunity, and they showed what they could do. It's a long outlet pass. Kim flying down the middle. Moon following up, and he finds Kim underneath with a nice pass. He can't get the finish to go. Good defense inside from Amritpal.
And he's back on the floor. We're talking of Amritpal and Amjot. Still no relief for him. Brughavanshi has not been sent back by Coach Prakash of India.
Kaushik fires from the corner and misses. We've got 2 starters on the floor. Amritpal and Amjot Singh, and 3 benchmen. Shinde has been all hustle so far. Amritpal squares up from medium range, and he connects. After 6 quick points, he's now up to 11. He's got 2 boards as well.
Amjot Singh has not had a second rest in this game. He's played the entire stretch. Amritpal played the entire first half, but sat out the entire third period.
Moon to the free throw line. He was never going to miss that shot. He's up to 14 points. And not a lot of starch in the Indian defense just at the moment. Of course, they will play the loser of the game between Lebanon and Qatar tomorrow to decide 7th and 8th place. As another turnover there. Away comes Lee in the open court. He decides to retreat and run some half-court offense. Choy back into the ball game for Korea. He'll fire from long range. He connects. And you talk about players who can do it all. Choy up to 8 points, 7 boards, 5 assists, and 3 steals.
And he blows on his 4 fingers like 2 pistols, smoking.
It's his second 3-pointer. 2 more points coming up there to Lee. Lee Jong-hyun into double figures. He's got 10 points. He's got 3 assists as well as Arumugam finishes inside. And he's shown a little bit in his minutes here today.
A great job of Arugaman looking at the space down the baseline behind the 2-3 zone defense. That's what you want. You want that kind of recognition of what the defense will give you.
Here he is defending Kim. Got a little too physical that time. He is a big specimen, Arumugam. There's the man himself, number 15 for India. He's been averaging 3 points and 3 rebounds in 7 minutes coming in to today's game. He's got 4 points and he fouls out on that one as Gill comes back into the ball game. And we've got 7:41 to run until full time. Korea lead this by 42. It was actually a tight game early on. It was 9 apiece after 5 minutes. It was still only 8 points the difference at quarter time. But from there, it's been the likes of Kim who goes strong at Ripal, and he gets sent back where he came from, but he'll get 2 free throws for his efforts. Have a look at this for Ripal. He got a lot of ball on that one, but there was a bit of body as well.
Tough defense there by Amritpal. And now Kim has to earn his points from the line.
He certainly does. He'll feel that one tomorrow morning when he gets out of bed. Kim makes the first. It's been an impressive game from him. 12 points and 10 boards. And a pair of steals as well.
Certainly no conservative play here for Korea. I mean, they have been at it from the start. And this is a huge 43-point lead enjoyed by Korea.
There's the steal again. Moon sweating on the lane. Dishes
Oh,
off to
yes.
Kim and he flies down the hole. What a jam there from Kim Jong-kyu. Wow, he finished that with power.
And that's what you call posterizing. There's that pass. And what a flyby.
He was way above rim height on that one, and the fans were impressed too. Kim up to 14 points, the lead up to 45, and you wonder what is there left to talk about in that Indian huddle. They have, well, it's been an excellent tournament for India so far. There's been no doubting that. They had a big win over Malaysia. They hung tough with Japan. They beat Palestine by 3 points in that crucial clash, and then they outlasted Hong Kong by 5 points to lock in their quarterfinal berth. They hung with the Philippines for 3 quarters before falling away. But now perhaps the legs have gone from this Indian team, but they'll take a lot out of this tournament.
A lot of lessons learned here for India. And for Korea, you have to be impressed not only by their fluidity on the offensive end, as well as their chemistry in playing team defense, but I think overall their commitment and their conviction to dominate the boards, because that is an area that has been a weak spot for Korea all tournament long. Last in the league or rather in the tournament in rebounding, but in this game, I mean, they've just dominated the glass. They're in double figures in offensive rebounds, and they only had 4 in that loss to Iran.
Here's Ripal drawing the foul, just going strong to the basket. We look at those rebounding statistics. 11 offensive boards for Korea, just 3 for India. And coming into the game, having looked at the 2 games yesterday, we thought maybe that's an area where India can get an advantage.
Well, it's like night and day, but clearly a conviction on the part of Korea to work on that weak spot. Very determined to crash the boards. Everybody getting involved in the rebounding party.
And one of the keys has been those turnovers, 20 turnovers for India. And when you're allowing the other team to run up and down the court at the pace they want, it's so hard to lock them into the half court and then protect the defensive glass.
Exactly. And we did say that pressuring and running the ball, a key to victory for Korea. And that's certainly been a good part of the formula of success.
Timeout, Korea. 韩国队请求暂停。
Well, 6:52 to play here in the final quarter. Korea want to have a little chat about what they're going to do in the final minutes of this one. They lead it by 44.
As Coach King Dong Kwan talking to his boys, and take a look at the top scorers here of Korea on your screens. Cho with 16 points. He hasn't played in the second half, but he did a lot of damage right in the very first quarter where he buried 4 3-point shots to set the tone for Korea's offense.
There is Coach Kim working his huddle. Still to the end, working some set plays, trying to get some easy baskets. And as I said, just the second time ever that Korea have missed the top 4 of this tournament. So to them, these classification games to get to 5th spot are very important. Tomorrow they'll play the winner of Lebanon versus Qatar. And of course it was the loss to Qatar, a tight loss, which threw their tournament into array. It meant they faced Iran in the quarterfinals, and that meant they ended up in the 5th to 8th playoff as Choy feeds it outside. Long 3-point shot there from Moon.
And that's another offensive rebound. That's number 12 now for Korea in this game.
Moon Song-yong goes again. This time he splashes it down. He's been shooting 33% from long range in this tournament. He missed the first, but he didn't hesitate on the second. Here's a par against the zone defense. He's looked very assured in his minutes on the court. So does this man, Rippel. That time his jumper is off the mark. There's a foul called, and I think it's going to be on Moon Tae-young. In fact, it's called on number 5, Choy. And what a key moment it was yesterday when he fouled out of the quarterfinal against Iran, because he looked like the one Korean player who was really taking it up to his bigger, stronger opponents.
That's right, he was a slasher in that game. He had 4 personal fouls at the end of the first half, and then answering the bell for the third quarter.
How about that?
He fouled out.
Answering the call was Rippel with the jam, getting the feed from Amjot. He adds to his point tally. Rippel up to 14 points for the day.
Rippel started this game very aggressive in the first half, then sat out the third period. Now he's back to his aggressive ways.
Moon fires a 2-pointer off a lovely dribble move from Choy, and then dishing it off to his naturalized teammate.
Now we were talking about how important it also was for Korea not only to establish the outside game, but the medium range game. And you're seeing that Moon, he doesn't have much of an outside shot from beyond the arc, but he can hurt you from medium range.
Certainly can. Moon Song-gon misses the layup, but Lee Jung-hoo is there to clean it up, and Korea now up to 106. They lead it by 49 points. We've still got just over 5 minutes to play until the end. Here's Amjot. He looks like a tired man. As you said, Juanito, he's played every minute of this game and almost every minute of every game in this tournament. It's been a tireless effort from him. As Caution fires from long range, and we'll see whether Amjot can make it into the All-Star 5, as a no-look pass from Choy was too quick for Moon on that occasion. They'll end up being an Indian ball. But what about the skills? The 200-centimetre Choy with a no-look pass. Choy now with 8 points, 7 assists, 4 steals, 7 boards.
There's the high ball screen, the Sing playing that beautiful refrain.
Sing Amjot. He finds Rippel. He knocks down the medium range jumper, and Rippel still firing to the end. 16 points on 7 of 11 shooting.
Now we were looking forward to that 2-man game between Amjot and Brigovanci. We didn't get to see much of that because Brigovanci really hasn't played much in this game.
And Rippel pulls in rebound number 4. And we've got about 4 minutes to play. Here's Amjot, still looking to be aggressive. Here's the young man, Govinda Gill on the move. Nice move as well, but didn't quite have the soft touch to finish that one. Oh, alley-oop. No, he'll land and shoot, and Moon is fouled. We'll go to the free throw line. I think there Lee Jong-hyun was hoping that Moon would sky for the dunk on that one, but he decided he would just lay it up. And Amjot said, I'm going to make you earn it from the free throw line.
Moon Tae-young, 37 years old. He's a senior statesman of this basketball team. Good opportunity for him to take over from his brother Cameron Stevenson. His name Greg Stevenson, but his Korean name Moon Tae-young.
Of course, both Moons having an American father and a Korean mother. Moon Tae-young, sorry, he's played the last 4 years in the Korean League. His brother had played a number of years. He played at the 2011 FIBA Asia Championship. He played last year at the FIBA Basketball World Cup and had an outstanding tournament, as we see Apar firing from long range and missing. Here's Choy running the point guard for Korea. I think in the coming years we might see a lot of that with his skills. You talked about him being a point forward. Maybe
Sort of like a Gabe Norwood of the Philippines.
I think he's got the potential to be an even better playmaker than Gabe Norwood. As we see Amjot fire from long range and miss. Amrepal inside, the big man. Puts it down, goes back up, and rims it around and in. Amrepal up to 18 points for the night. And he takes the Indian score past 60. I like this matchup, Choy and Amjot. You know, two very similar players. Long, athletic, multi-skilled, can play inside and out, can create for teammates. There's a few times today, the shot clock reaches 5 for Korea. Choy finds Moon, and Moon buries the jumper.
He's looking for the shot. Now that 2-3 zone defense of India, Moon felt he had the advantage because they're not closing out on him. Plus, if they do, it's a small man on him.
Nice up fake inside from Kumar. On the feed there from Amjot. We talk about the skills of Choy. Amjot now, that's his third assist to go with 19 points. And here's Choy. Dishes it out to Lee, and Lee Jong-hyun misses. There's Amjot with another rebound. He's filling up all the stats column. This time a long pass to Govinda Gill, but it's deflected out of bounds, and it'll go back to Korea.
Well, neither team in the penalty situation here. As you see, token defense being shown as time running out. And this one with a huge 47-point lead here enjoyed by Korea.
Moon Song-gyun running the pick and roll that time. Defers to Choy. Look at the crossover. He gets back to Moon. And Moon Song-gyun misses the three-point shot. And Amjot once again on the board, picking up number 5 in that category. Here's Gill underneath. Nice little up fake in the basket for Govinda Gill. He's up to 6 points. So we talked about him averaging 17 points and 9 boards at the Under-18 Championship. Just starting to fill up the hole here as we get another three-point attempt from Korea. They are 10 of 23 from beyond the arc. They did some of the damage from there in the first quarter with Cho Sung-min. Kumar tries to do some of his own damage from there. Here's Choy away again. Feeds it off, and Lee Jong-hyun cruises into the basket and scores another 2.
Without having to put the ball on the floor.
Nice pass from Apar. Up goes Amjot for the jam, and he ambles his way back down the court. It says, thank you for the pass to Rajesh Apar. And that's assist number 2 for the backup point guard for India. Kang Sung-ji, he was excellent in the first half. Kumar away, can he get another 2? He can. We talked about Kumar struggling in his 8 minutes in the tournament coming into this game. He had just 3 turnovers. He's got 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting, so making amends for some of those earlier miscues.
Here's Korea again running the offense through Choy. Oh, finding the opening. What an athletic move.
The fans enjoyed that one. Why wouldn't you run the offense through Choy?
Yeah.
He has just crossed over his opponents time and time again. Look at this. We missed the crossover, but we see the finish. And he started on the left hand of the basket. He weaved his way across to the right and finished with ease.
And if the defense plays him one-on-one, what a mismatch he'll have at the point guard position.
Be interesting to see, as you've said a number of times, he's not the stereotypical type of Korean player. Be interesting to see if he takes his basketball elsewhere. And this man is taking his basketball to Japan this season. And that time he takes a trip from long range. He's up to 24 points. It's his 4th triple of the evening. And a It's 115 to 72. We've got 25 seconds until the final hooter as Lee drives inside. It spills to Moon, and as short as the moon rises in the sky at night, Moon Tae-young adds another 2 points to his tally. He's up to 22. The last play of the game, and I think Amjot might just dribble this one out. Kumar says, give it to me under the basket, I'm open. Amjot says, I've had enough. I've got one more game to go tomorrow to decide 7th and 8th place, but Korea take this one. They want to finish as high as possible. They move on to the 5th place game tomorrow. They'll take on the winner of Lebanon and Qatar. They were led by the 22 points from Moon Tae-young, all in the second half. They had plenty of other contributors. Cho Sung-min had 16 in the first half, and he led 8 Korean players in double figures. What a performance it was from them. They only led by 8 at quarter time. They led by 24 at halftime, 39 at three-quarter time. And in the end, they were far too good for India. They ran out comfortable, 45-point winners. And they made amends for that quarterfinal loss last night to Iran, as much as they could anyway. The final score, Korea 117, India 72.
Well, good opportunity for a lot of reserves to see action in this game. You see the three-point shooting of Korea, doubling the three-point performance of India. 10 triples scored by Korea in this one. And then the big disparity in the rebounding. And what about the assists? I haven't seen a team rack up as many assists as in this game. 33 dimes for Korea in this one. And India with 22 turnovers,
16,
and that had to hurt.
16 steals for Korea as well. And we run through their scoring leaders. 22 points for Moon Tae-young, 16 points for Cho Sung-min, 14 points for both Kang Sung-jae and Kim Jong-kyu. 14 points as well for Lee Jong-hyun, who found his range in the second half. He dished out 5 assists as well. And what about Kim Tae-sel? 11 points and 12 assists. And Choy Jun-young as well, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, and 4 steals. What a performance from Choy.
Well, just previously we saw the rebounding leaders, and that's been a big stat here for Korea. And Kim getting 10 rebounds in this contest, what previously was averaging less than 5. But 41 rebounds in total for Korea in this one against 26 for India. They were determined to come back in a big way by dominating the boards, because that's where they were clobbered by Iran last time out.
How about that jam from Kim Jong-kyu? The feed, the elevation, and the slam. And the fans were certainly appreciative of the show he put on here today. This man put on a show as well. The left-hand pass inside from Amjot. And Amripo was happy to slam that one down with the right hand. There we see him stepping out with the mid-ranger. This time he got the lucky bounce. There's Yadwinder. He was outstanding last night. He couldn't contribute tonight. There's Choy. 1 rebound and 1 assist short of a triple-double. What a performance from that 21-year-old potential star of the game in Korea. He blew on the pistols. They were smoking hot. Coach Kim, he was pretty happy as well. So he should be. His team were the winners by 43 points.
The LOC of 2015 FIBA Asia Championship will make their best efforts to accommodate the fans with the tickets to the Rebounding at the same time. The inconvenience is deeply regretted, and thanks in advance for your understanding. 尔对阵黎巴嫩的比赛结束之后，请所有的观众尽快从南门和东门有序退场，服从现场公安民警和工作人员的指挥。请通过赛事组委会购买了10月2日14点30分比赛门票的球迷，凭门票到场馆南门外草坪的组委会咨询处了解详情。谢谢。再次请大家注意，各位球迷朋友们，今天18点30分，卡塔尔队和黎巴嫩队的比赛结束之后，